I'm Dr. Meenu Sharma, working as an associate professor in Khalsa College of Nursing, and today my topic is normal mechanism of labor, as my specialty is obstetric and gynecological nursing. Let's start the normal mechanism of labor. Firstly, what is normal mechanism of labor? The normal mechanism of labor is the series of movement that occur on the head in the process of adaptation uh, and during its journey through the pelvis is called mechanism of normal labor. As we know, it occurs in the second stage of labor. Then what is second stage of labor? Second stage of labor, it starts from the full dilatation of the cervix and ends with the expulsion or delivery of the baby. And duration of the first stage of the primigravida, that is, it takes 2 hours, and in multigravida it takes 30 minutes. Now the principles of the mechanism. First principle is the descent takes place throughout the labor. Descent means moving downward, and the second is the wherever the part of the fetal skull is leads and first meet the resistance of the pelvic floor muscles will rotate forward until it reaches the symphysis pubis. Then after this, that is the at the onset of the labor, the uh, the way in which the fetus is situated according to the normal mechanism of labor as described. The lie is longitudinal, the presentation is cephalic, and denominator is the occiput. Then attitude is the well flexed. Then one of the good flexion. Then position is the left occipital interior, and presenting part is the posterior part of the interior parietal bone. And here the presenting diameter of the pelvis is the left oblique diameter, that is from the iliopectineal eminence to opposite to the sacroiliac joint. As you see here, the sagittal suture point towards the sacroiliac joint. Now the presenting diameter of the occiput, that is the suboccipitofrontal, that is from the nape of the neck to the middle of the sagittal, middle of the frontal suture, that is 10 centimeter. Now there are the 8 movement. That is, first one is the descent of the fetal head when it goes from the brim to the pelvis. That means it occurs before the often before the onset of the labor. When the engagement of the head when it goes downward into the cavity, then engagement of the head occurs. Then it confirm the normal vaginal delivery is probable. But in the multigravida, due to the laxation of the muscles, there are the engagement is only during the onset of the labor. Now there are the various factors that hasten the normal labor. First one is the throughout the first stage of labor, the forces of the contraction and the retraction that aid in the descents, and the following rupture of the membrane, then full dilatation of the cervix as well as the maternal effort will speed up the normal labor. Then third step is the first step is the descent, second is the engagement, and third one is the flexion. Flexion, here is the presenting diameter is suboccipitofrontal, that is the 10 centimeter, and in flexion it increases throughout the labor. And here the fetal spine attached near to the posterior part of the fetal skull. That's why it exert the pressure on the down to the fetal axis, and it exert pressure on the occiput, more pressure exerted on the occiput than the sinciput, and this result in the increases the flexion. Now you can see here the it shorten the diameter, now it convert into the suboccipito frontal diameter convert into the suboccipitobregmatic. like 10 centimeter convert into the 9.5 centimeter, and due to the shortened diameter it negotiate with the pelvis and easily escape. Now the leading part, hence the leading part is the occiput. Now next step is the internal rotation. In the internal rotation, during the contraction, the leading part goes downward into the resistance of the pelvic floor muscles, and with the pelvic floor muscles it bring about the rotation. And as the contraction fades and the pelvic floor muscles rebound, and it allows the occiput to rotate forward. That is, in the well flexed vertex presentation, occiput rotate to the interior posterior diameter of the skull, that is comes in the widened diameter of the pelvic outlet. And here there is a slight twist in the neck of the occiput. And the next step is the crowning. When the head is slips down towards the below, then the suboccipital region is in between the pelvic pubic arc, and here the fixation of the head. The head does not go back to the inner side. Here is the fixation of the head. After crowning, there is the that is the like extension of the head. In extension of the head, as the crowning is occur, and due to the there are the pivoting of the suboccipital region around the pubic arc, and here the extension occur, like it sweeps the, like first one is the sinciput, then face, then chin. That is the delivering of the head by the extension movement. After extension of the head, the if the flexion is maintained, then the suboccipito-brachmatic, that is 9.5 centimeter, distend the vaginal orifice. And after the extension, there are the next main movement, that is the restitution. Here the movement of the neck towards the left side, and it moves 1/8 of the circle, and here the it goes same side as it occurs before in similar pattern in the left side. And here the simultaneously there are the internal rotation of the shoulder, the interior shoulder below the symphysis pubis, and posterior shoulder above the perineum. And during the lateral flexion, that is the interior shoulder deliver, and the posterior shoulder sweeps from the perineum, and the rest of the body delivered by the lateral flexion. And this is the mechanism of labor. And here I again repeat the 8 movement. Like first one is the descent, second one is the engagement, third one is the flexion, and fourth one is the internal rotation of the head, fifth one is the crowning, sixth one is the extension of the head, and seventh one is the restitution, then again the internal rotation of the shoulder, and last one is the lateral flexion. This is the normal mechanism of labor. Hope you understand well. Thank you very much.